Liverpool manager's first comment on facing Real Madrid. Ancelotti reveals, "I've identified Real Madrid's problem," and sparks debate over penalty takers. Reasons why Real Madrid is keen on keeping Ceballos. Real Madrid player preparing to leave on a free transfer next summer. Player who will leave Real Madrid if Alphonso Davies arrives. If you are a fan and follower of Real Madrid, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, and follow our page. Liverpool manager's first comment on facing Real Madrid. Arne Slot, Liverpool's English manager, has commented on the upcoming clash against Real Madrid in the UEFA Champions League. The Union of European Football Associations, UEFA, conducted the Champions League draw in its new format yesterday, Thursday, with 36 teams, including Liverpool. Slot said in a statement on Liverpool's official website, "The first thing to say is that this is an incredibly tough draw, but also very exciting. Most importantly, we're part of it, which means there's a lot to look forward to and a lot of work to be done." He continued, "There will be a lot of focus on the game against Real Madrid at Anfield, and rightly so because they are the defending champions. However, at the same time, there's a lot of quality among our other opponents, so we will distribute our attention equally and approach each game as it comes." He added, "For now, we will look ahead. As I said, we will keep working because there are many upcoming matches in the Premier League and the Champions League. The only way to handle each game is to take them one at a time." Ancelotti reveals, "I've identified Real Madrid's problem," and sparks debate over penalty takers. Carlo Ancelotti has commented on Real Madrid's inconsistent results since the start of the season, confirming that he has identified the problem and will work on solving it in the upcoming matches, starting with the game against Real Betis. Real Madrid will host Real Betis Sunday in the fourth round of La Liga at the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. Real Madrid drew their matches against Real Mallorca and Las Palmas away from home and secured only one victory at the Santiago Bernabeu against Valladolid. Ancelotti said in a press conference ahead of the match, "It's good to have some concern at the moment. We haven't been able to play at our best, but the season is still very long." He added, "It's not too complicated. We need to defend better, and the biggest problem we need to address is regaining possession quickly, as some teams play us a lot between the lines." He continued, "We've identified the problem. There's not much movement in attack either, and we're struggling to maintain cohesion. I have great faith in Mbappe and Vinicius." He emphasized, "For me, they collaborate well. The attacking play between Mbappe and Vinicius is excellent. There hasn't been a major issue since we've been scoring goals in all matches, and over time, everyone will work together better, not just Mbappe and Vinicius, but Kylian with the entire team." Regarding penalty takers, Ancelotti said, "It's a decision made by the players. Yes, I've given the responsibility to both Mbappe and Vinicius, so it's better that they decide because I have great trust in them. Ultimately, it depends on the duo's condition on the field." On the 4-point gap with Barcelona, Ancelotti said, "These are minor details. What has affected us more is that we haven't been able to play at our best. We're obviously not happy, but not because we're behind Barcelona, but because we haven't performed at our best yet." He concluded by talking about Ceballos' future. "He's an important player for us. It's true that he hasn't received the minutes he wanted, but we're happy that he's staying with us, and he will be useful for the team this season." Reasons why Real Madrid is keen on keeping Ceballos. Reports on Friday revealed new developments regarding Dani Ceballos' future with Real Madrid. There is still much speculation about Ceballos' future with Real Madrid, with just one day left until the end of the summer transfer window. Although Ceballos is under contract with Real Madrid until the end of the 2027 season, the player seems to be considering leaving the Royal Club. According to AS newspaper, Ceballos remains insistent on the idea of leaving Real Madrid and is considering a return to Real Betis, despite knowing that it is complicated. The newspaper added that Real Madrid's reluctance to let Ceballos leave is not for economic reasons but for sporting reasons. Carlo Ancelotti does not want to lose another midfield player, especially at this time following Kroos's retirement and injuries to Bellingham and Camavinga. Ceballos had returned to Real Madrid in 2021 after his loan spell with Arsenal ended. Ceballos has been a good substitute for Real Madrid in recent years and is considered one of Ancelotti's preferred players. Real Madrid player. Preparing to leave on a free transfer next summer. The summer transfer market, which was eventful for Real Madrid in terms of quality rather than quantity, has ended. The club signed Kylian Mbappé as a free agent after his contract with Paris Saint-Germain ended. On the other hand, Endrick completed his move to Santiago Bernabeu, with the deal already agreed upon in late 2022. Some players were expected to leave this summer, but that did not happen, including Andriy Lunin, who proved himself as a top-class goalkeeper last season in the absence of Thibaut Courtois, who spent most of the season injured. In Courtois' absence, Lunin helped guide Real Madrid to the La Liga title and the Champions League final. However, when the Belgian returned to fitness, he went straight back into the team while the Ukrainian goalkeeper found himself on the bench again. AS newspaper reported that Lunin will stay with Real Madrid this season. However, as of today, he plans to leave on a free transfer in 2025. He received offers to leave this summer but was not convinced by any of them, as he wanted to join a top team where he could be a regular starter. Lunin's decision to leave would be understandable if it happens. He performed at a high level throughout an entire season, only to be dropped from the starting lineup. Player who will leave Real Madrid if Alphonso Davies arrives. In recent seasons, Real Madrid has assembled all the pieces to form the strongest team in Europe, with their roster filled with some of the world's best talents from top to bottom. The current Real Madrid squad has all the tools needed to dominate European football in the next decade. However, some believe there is still one position that needs strengthening: the left-back position. The club's current left-backs, Ferland Mendy and Fran Garcia, can be somewhat polarizing depending on who you ask. It is believed that Carlo Ancelotti is a fan of the Frenchman, leaving Real Madrid Academy graduate Garcia as the odd one out if a high-profile left-back arrives next summer. Spanish media reported earlier this month that Garcia would be the one to leave if the Canadian left-back were to join in this window. Garcia returned to Real Madrid last summer from Rayo Vallecano after the club activated the buyback clause in his contract. Garcia's first season at the club was somewhat mixed with a blend of good and bad performances, leaving fans divided on their opinion of the player. The club, meanwhile, seems to be waiting for the right time to bring in the Canadian international to bolster Carlo Ancelotti's squad.